virtual meetup. Might as well pick the Hacienda Gardens. Oh my goodness. I'm just breathing over here. I, my goodness. So much is happening in the world right now, in life. And as I am creating content to do a live, my um, my body's not cooperating. So instead of showing you things, sorry, my drink's out there. I decided to come on and at least have a chat conversation. I'm on my iPad, which I have not used since before I knew how to share. Hi, Jennifer. Right now my tailbone, so it's interesting with my back. So I went on a hike with the teen, almost said toddler. No, she's a teen. She's in college. That I did not intend to do. So my idea was I was gonna be on a beach in San Francisco, so not so hot, and be able to study. Or, because now I'm in college and I don't even know why I'm in college all of a sudden. So here I am. Take her to her geology class field trip. And then I'm told on the way there's going to be several stops that I have to take her to. I'm like, what? And then we get there. And so she's filling out this paper. So it's the whole class. It's geology. They're talking about the earth formation and evidence of ice age and look what are we looking at, because it's little pebbles. We don't have the nice sand that Florida has. We don't have white sand. Southern California has sand, but not Northern California. Monterey does have sand, but it's still cold. You still wear a jacket. So here I am. I think I'm just going to be on a beach. I have my lawn chairs ready to go. Just let's do this. Let her go off and be a college student. And then it's like, okay, so we're going to load up. How many kids can you take? And she's looking right at me and I was like, my car's not clean. I can't take a kid. So I have my kid who I'm trying to pawn off for another person to take. Like, why don't you go with that? Nope, mom's taking me. I can't be. And so I get in and she's like, on Saturday, because we had two choices. To do on a Saturday, which is super packed by tourists and everything because it's by the Golden Gate Bridge. And a Tuesday. We went on a Tuesday, which we skipped horticulture class to do this field trip. She said on Saturday, they did 45 people in 9 cars. And she's like, everybody had a seatbelt, and it's like, can you safely put another person in? We had 7 cars, and literally maybe 20 people, not even 20 people. So we didn't sardine our cars like the good old people of Saturday. So we go to the next stop, and it's a national park. And it's where the potatoes, because it's a story, blah, blah, blah. People had to live there with the lighthouse when there was a lighthouse there. This is trenching for boats that can now cross safely under the bridge and everything, right? And so they have potatoes on the mountain, so it's like different material. They're staring at rocks, like the rock formation, and I'm like going, oh my god. We are literally not studying. I am not on a beach, and I am driving. I'm her driver. Why don't you go with them? No, I want her to go with you. Okay. Third stop. So I'm casually taking pictures, and I'll show you guys when I can get to my computer. The problem is my tailbone. This is why I'm telling the story. It hurts to sit because I have hardware, and end of this trip made the whole time not fun. Like, I'm over it. No, you could have left me out of it. So we're going up and around this little mountain, right? Right by the Golden Gate Bridge. And it's such pretty scenery with the ocean. It's a road that travels around the edge, the cliff. And so we go to the second one. I'm taking pictures. I see an eagle fly low. And I'm like, oh, that's so pretty. And then let's just look at nature. They're looking at rocks. I'm looking at nature. Nature is rocks, but trust me. Took a picture of the damn rock. It's a rock. Then you look over here. It's a rock. It's a rock. That's all we're doing is rocks. Because it's geology and crystallized and whatever, And this teacher is really, really good at her job. So we go to our third one. There's 5 stops altogether. You drive to only 3. Oh, child didn't tell me. Child did not tell me. She tells me, hi, Style. So we get to the third stop, which is, she's like, promise me, drivers, to always look at the road because you can go off the cliff. And I'm like, okay. I've been around mountains and everything. And I was like, these are all guardrails. And then it was like into the valley. You could literally drive off the cliff into the valley. And so she's taking pictures while I am going to the third around this. And we're going downhill now. So I think, great. We went up. I have to stop for a bicyclist because I was just like, go, Buck, go, go, go. Cheering on these bicycles. It's a freaking tall ass mountain. Anyway, so we're going down. And we hit another stop, the third stop, which I think is fine. We went down. We have to walk up and then way, way down, by the way. We have to walk up this hill and we eat a little snack. We skipped total lunch to get out of there early, I think, but whatever. And this is like a battalion, like fort, like old naval base, right? So there's tunnels, but we didn't go in any tunnels. But it's just like, okay, we eat a little and then we're gonna walk. Well, it's a little uphill, so I'm thinking, no big deal, we're low. But what I don't realize is that we're slowly going down and down and down. I'm supposed to be on a beach, and I'm not. I'm hiking to 2 other spots. And so we get to the final spot, and there's literally, we're looking at a freaking wall. A rock. And they're talking about what they see, blah, blah, blah. And then she's like, oh, and then, okay, now we gotta find this rock. It's on this side, and it's a completely different rock formation. So I'm thinking, that's the 5th one. We didn't have to go anywhere. Wrong. Thanks, child. What we don't notice is we're slowly going down an elevation until I get to the last 2. And it's steeper. We're steeper. But we saw a ton of sea lions, and we saw where the old kind of launch pad type thing where they, I forget what she said about the poles. Because there was these poles that monitored, like, lined up perfectly and with a potato patch. Guys, I never heard of a potato patch, but the family had to live there. Therefore, they had to have water, food, and like produce it all because they're not going anywhere. And that lighthouse is not there anymore. But I'm watching a lizard do yoga, little things. I'm like, oh, okay, sea lions, all right. They're staring at a rock formation, not noticing that we're going downhill further and further till the second, and it's like literally down, down, and around. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm gonna have a hard time with just these two. No, by the time we got all the way down, they're looking at the final rock formation. I'm looking at the ocean, which is gorgeous. I'm watching two sea lions. One's like a smaller pup, but not too small. They're like a family. And then a shark. I watched a shark and I got it on video and I was like, whoa, this is so cool. Because at first the guy's like, is that a shark? And I was like, no, those are sea lions. And he's like, no, that's a shark. And I was like, why would there be a sea lion and a shark? So then I looked down and I'm like, oh, that is a shark. It's all caught on video with us having the conversation. And so then everybody decides to, hey, we're heading back up. I thought it was just the first two that I had to worry about. I had to stop every 6 feet, at least. I'm in so much pain, I ate all my fingernails that night. I'm mad at my child. Then she tells her teacher that she's upset. Her mom's upset that there was a hike involved. I said, it's not the hike. The hike I can do. The elevation when you're going straight up, the whole time. There was not a time where I wasn't going uphill. I just didn't realize I was going downhill the whole time. Is the pressure on your back and the hardware compresses. And you have to lean forward. And my hardware is not supposed to do that. And the child doesn't understand. She's like, you're just upset about the hike. No. Because now the other people totally think I just don't like exercise. She's like, I never said that. I was like, oh my gosh. That's probably what your teacher thinks. Plus, I was supposed to be on a beach. That's not a beach. The hike is not a beach. It was not on the beach. And I saw a coyote. A young coyote that looked at every single caravan of it because he's like, what, he was coming out of the water to cross the road. It was so cool. But this teen got me to drive her everywhere. I was the last one. And they're like, there's my mom. And then like the teacher's like making sure we got everybody. She's like, wasn't that fun? I'm like, uh-huh. Uh-huh. And I'm drenched in sweat. Because I'm almost hyperventilating with the pain I'm in now. And I was like, that was 30 minutes of uphill. 30 minutes of uphill. No one told me that. I thought it was just the driver. I should have stayed in the damn car. Or stayed on the beach. Hi, Heather. So, here I am worried about this plant. It was a hard test, by the way. It was a lot of diagrams that you had to label. And then blank of like, name the parts of just the flower of itself, and then also its functions. And it's blank. It's like this huge blank. Oh, okay. I could do that. So, Donna, I think I got a B on it. I don't think people studied as hard as I did. It's hard. It is hard being an older lady. Somehow, when you become a parent and you're in your 40s and your hormones change and just life, right? It's very different from a young teen late teen to early 20s mind where like you're invincible and you can absorb everything. Nothing's sticking. Nothing's sticking. Nothing. And so, um, I study, but I've been also trying to get back to um, Scientology and gathering information. And so I've been realizing that um, Laura and I think it was, I forget who she was with. Wait. Journey, I'm in LA. It's doing game night. Whew! All of a sudden, I can't see my chat. Hold on. Live chat. Right, Jennifer? No, I am definitely not young. And it's weird being a middle-aged person. It's like, how did that happen? Being around all these kids. Oh no! Well, I hope you guys. I know it's early. I don't know when Tori gets out there, but she's more of a night person. But Laura and I think Audit LA went out to the Guarantee Building. And by the Guarantee Building, guys, yeah, that's my old man. My other one, she cuddled with me, I petted her, and then she's sleeping by my feet. I was like, come on, there's I was happy to find you. Oh, no. Like who you like. I'm not not a popular person. I'm not one of those. I mean, look at me. I have no makeup on. I can't sit at the computer showing you stuff. So I'm like, I'm in bed. Let's talk. Not in a gross way, guys. No. But I am just trying to figure out life and still function and talk to the community. Um, but by the Guarantee Building, guys, there's Applied Scholastics next door. So there's one building, another building. Next to the other building is Cult Awareness Network that was bought by Scientology after making them go bankrupt and stuff. And that I really want to know what the hell they're doing with that. What are you doing with that? Do you have brochures? Do you sell Dynetics? Like, what do you do? Because you're definitely not helping with cult awareness when you're a cult running it. And who's even in charge of that? So it's right next to the Guarantee Building. It's across the street. I would totally show you guys, but I can't share on my iPad, and my spine just says no. I walked, it pulls and stuff, so I've already did enough today, my body says. But I wanted to show you that, guys. I got confused with psychopath and sociopath. They're a path. But I found a sociopath. I think I said psychopath the last in Nora's chat, but that actually openly talks about her condition and how she is an incredible liar, and that she's had two loves in her life, but they are like an extended attachment to her, and she can spend a very long time scheming a plan of revenge, and then like it's a very weird, as a person watching this, going, wow, she's being really honest about lying. Like, that's a conundrum. Um, but instead of an interview being caught for the crimes they have committed, right, and having no remorse, um, this person talks about it openly and identifies that yes, this is what she's been diagnosed with, and openly talks about her life, and she's written a book, and so I wanted to share that with you guys, um, just because of the whole conversation. This is Zoe. Hi, Zoe. What you doing? This is Zoe, who brings me all the mice. Yeah. Gonna sit? Gonna hang out? Oh, no. Oh, I have an angel. I didn't know I had another cat that terrorizes her. Angel, the one that always sits in the drawer. She's younger. She's only 10. She's 10 years old. Zoe's 11. But when I got the other little kitten, she terrorized the one that has PTSD, which is Zoe. Zoe cannot do flannel, hats, or I cannot put um, flea medicine on her. She, for a month, she disowned me, went to the apartments next door, like across the street, kept meowing every day. And staring at me from the lawn. Like, nope, I'm not coming home because you put flea medicine on me. That was when she was like a year old. And ever since then, I was like, I guess you just can't have you disown me. She felt like she was being attacked, but we've kind of settled down with the attacking, um, because we got Willow, who's the crazy one and actually tortures the youngest cat, Angel, who sits in the drawer with me on lives. Um, she literally thinks the Angel's a stuffed animal. Have fun, Heather. Safe. Be safe. Have fun. So happy you get out. I got to see rocks. Oh. But yeah. So she like thinks she's a live play toy. Uh and will poke her, and so while she's trying to walk by the youngest dog, she's literally like will stop, freeze, and then get poked by the dog, like move, move, and then slowly walk, but then freeze. So I'm like, it's what happens when you torture somebody else. You get it right back, but by a crazier person, crazier dog. So, so yeah, I just had like a couple of things that I wanted to share with you. I don't even remember. I think I covered, it was either Ireland, I think I covered, but I feel like I need to update my card catalog with the empty buildings, for one. I don't even think I went over um, all of Ireland. I only did Northern Ireland and maybe the UK. I even forget what I did. So, but I want to continue that tour. And, of course, behind the scenes, I've been going through, of course, Narconon, um, Mace Kingsley, who's still, I think she has kind of retired, but people have taken it over. I think the Mace part, because it's two ladies, um, has is no longer a part of Mace Kingsley. So kind of going into that, of course, there's the Wise companies, um, that I barely scratched the surface with Wise companies and like their updated lists and stuff. Like I said, one of my spreadsheets got encrypted and I couldn't get into it a lot. It just kept buffing and buffering. I don't know. But that was the huge issue with me getting into any of my spreadsheets because I didn't want further, um, you know, problems with it because that's a lot of information. That's a lot of database for the last 2 years. And then, of course, you got a lot of things happening socially, and then alarming things, right? That you don't want to just ignore, but it's like for me, I hate to put myself in the middle of something. And so it's kind of like finding this balance of still doing me, um, but not being exactly part of a bigger picture, like the community or the movement, whatever you would like to call it. There are still people behind the scenes, there's still people that actively do videos. We're all just little channels, because Scientology is not a huge topic. It's not like a desire to talk about that. It's almost like crimes is a very unique niche. Niche? I think it's niche. I'm thinking of the spelling. And trying to perfect it. That's why I break up my sentences and I hate it. Because casually, when I'm talking to someone, I'm gregarious, I'm happy, I get along. Um, and I'm not because I don't like cameras. Cameras pick up every little thing that would imperfections that would annoy someone. And my thing of let me turn on a camera and show the world. Show the world what? Um, so I still wanted to get on and talk to you guys about it, about your guys' week, what's happening, um, what do you guys feel exactly you guys would like to see. I've looked back at the poll that I had made, and basically everywhere you would like to see. Um, and it's it's just crazy what's out there and what has been reported, and it scares me to what has not been reported, because there are very similar incidents that have happened across the world. People never met, but they're the same crimes. They're the same trespasses that have happened on people. And so making sure those voices are heard, whether it's their story or, um, you know, what happened. It's just really hard when you get the bigger channels, they kind of close ranks and only let a few people in. But then I'm thankful that I'm not a chosen one. Who wants to be a chosen one? Don't bite me. Angel of me. But yeah, no, it's just figuring out, where to go from here, keeping it together. Oh, did I tell you guys that I joined another class? I'm now in art, painting. They needed more people, and my daughter would not let up on it, so I was thinking maybe if I talk to the teacher, but then they're all for it. And I had to paint after that hike, and my daughter knows it. She was so annoying to me. Everything that she said to me was not received very well because that hike killed me, girl. It's not just my legs and my glutes and muscles that probably have not been seen since I was a child. But we're doing abstract painting, so I also kind of want to incorporate either do a school stream, whether it's because now I'm supposed to kind of walk around, or it's encouraged to have a sketchbook and draw and see shapes. So not only am I looking at plants differently and twigs, I'm going to be looking at paintings or rocks at this point. I'm going to be looking at a lot of different things. That's where I get out. Heather's going to a show. Oh. But yeah, no, it's just I'm trying to experience life with this dark world that has a little bit of light here and there. And I would love to meet up with other people's light, if that makes sense, and make it shine brighter. Not be so like I'm alone. What's the purpose and intention and motive for being a streamer? Because I'm not one that gets all these gadgets and can put on a performance and draw in crowds. I'm not made for that. I do not want that at all from a person that has experienced so much trauma. I want to not be seen but heard. Does that make sense? I don't need people watching me. But somewhere, someplace, I can help someone or be helpful. That's my hope. And even if it's just getting out the word that there are people that can help you in various situations if you just want to talk to someone. It doesn't have to be me, but there are people willing to talk with you, have similar stories, foundations to help you, and kind of what the warning signs of someone not helping you. That's weird, Donna. I'm not sure. Oh, I have a lighting on. I'm going straight through YouTube, so I'm not sure. So I know it's not a platform. But I'm just glad you guys are here hanging out with me. And I don't need the glitz and the glamour Sadly, my microphone makes up its mind whether or not it's going to make that in and out sound and drive people crazy. But I can show up being myself and not needing to impress anybody, because that's the other thing. If you're looking for someone to impress you, unless it's falling and hurting myself, that I got really good. Oh, but yeah, I just try every day to learn something new and, you know, actively be aware of my decisions. And Giorgio O'Keeffe started out. Where's the girl? Really, Style? I don't. But yeah, the other thing is this that happened this week is on Monday is my first day in art ever in art class, because I never thought I was good enough, and I don't want people to show the crap I can make. And just another person critiquing how I am creatively, right? And so I even told my daughter, I was like, I would never ever take this class. Not because of anything else but me, just feeling judged. The first assignment that everybody's doing, and everybody has been in this class, and then the 4 weeks ended with one class, and they just moved into another. This one literally was a bigger picture, and they cut it up, and so you got a piece of the picture, and we're supposed to paint it exact replica.
Computer shut off. I was in the middle.
Can you hear my daughter?
I didn't touch anything.
Mine just crashed.
Is my internet good?
Sometimes when we
Can
play.
you hear me? Did I crash? Oh, no. I hope you guys can still hear me. Are we driving yet? No. She has turned on the car twice because she finishes her tests quicker than I do and needs a key. The first time she did it by herself, she had kept pressing the gas to turn on the car and it wasn't working. She eventually found out the brake is the other pedal. But what was I saying? Oh, so I have a section of this bigger picture, right? I'm supposed to. I said it's hopefully in the same family. You know, it's not a twin. It's not a fraternity. At first was a fraternity. I don't know. And this is all going to go up on the wall as a whole class. Why? Why the first project? And then now we're doing abstract painting. We're doing an abstract comic, like 9 little pieces. I don't know. I was like, what's the assignment? And then as we're doing that one, we're also doing this other where we're painting on cardboard, which is more like the boxes of like a tea box or a cereal box or whatever. And we're going with abstract. My daughter does it in 5 minutes. You know what she does? Paints the whole thing one color, then puts grabs a roller and does lines. That's our abstract painting.